2 words, road fucking hog. Now, I know he's not really seen in high level play. That's because he sucks at high ranks, but at low ranks, he's a fucking road god. The trick to climbing ranks in Overwatch isn't being good at the game. No, see, I would know because I'm fucking terrible. Just read these comments. you guys know. But I'm still ranked higher than 95% of the player base. You can be your own judge as to whether or not that qualifies as good, but the point I'm trying to get across is that you need to know when and how to abuse your enemies' misplays and weaknesses. And doing that is a numbers game. Different ranks have different weaknesses, for the most part. The lower ranks, and placement matches especially, are a goddamn fustercluck. No one's communicating and no one cares about team composition, which can be really fucking infuriating if you're actually good at the game, which I assume you are, because if you're watching this video, it's because you're playing well, but you don't seem to be climbing the ranks like you should be. The thing is, if you play like support, even if you play a really mean Lucio, you're still in less of a position to consistently win than if you played, well, I mean, let's be real, anything but support. Which isn't to say you shouldn't be playing support, but we'll discuss that at the end of the video. Anyways, to rank up fast, you need to play the characters that make the most difference at each rank. Well, at bronze through gold, Roadhog puts you in that position. Think about it. The players down here are bad, and what do bad players do? They play out of position. Roadhog punishes that. Harshly, he lubes up his hook and shoves it right at their soft, supple hitbox. What does a team with bad communication do? They don't counterpick Roadhog, and they don't focus him when he hooks someone. So you just get to run a one-man train on their most important targets while they ignore you. What does a bad healer do? Gets themselves fucking killed. Luckily, Roadhog comes with a self-heal. Yes, it can be frustrating playing in ranks where your teammates, complain about team composition with 5 seconds left on an overwhelming victory, but don't fret. If you play Roadhog, your back won't be sore from carrying the rest of your team for too long, because once you make it into Platinum, it's time to start investing your time into Zarya. Yes, indeed. Even after her recent nerf, your next main should be the big fuzzy Siberian bear lover. Like Roadhog, you still don't really need to aim or even be good at FPSs to do well with her, or try at all. Really, it's just fucking embarrassing for this team. I mean, I'm not saying that being good at FPSs doesn't help. Obviously, it fucking does. At full charge, Zarya's gun hurts more than it hurts more than selling out and sacrificing your artistic integrity for more ad revenue. I mean, I would know, right? But her real strength comes from her bubbles. Well, not those, but Zarya, you're ridiculous. Getting caught out of position would be, most of the time, fatal, but with Zarya, that mistake turns into more damage on your gun. Combine that with the fact that you get the occasional team wipe with your ultimate, and Zarya is a healthy combination of safe pick and playmaker that make her ideal for climbing out of Platinum and into Diamond. It's crazy, man. Diamond. Man, this big leagues now. Not really. Diamond's more like it's more like junior college league. I mean, anyone can get in, but it's still challenging unless you're super skilled or, Asian. I'm kidding, of course, that's super racist, and it's just not true. Overwatch has taught me that the Korean people, at least, can be just as lazy, selfish, and useless as us Americans. Or maybe I just always lose with them because we don't speak the same goddamn language. I mean, I've taken the initiative to learn a few words in Korean, like tank and checkpoint and Jesus fart-sniffing Christ, get off Hanzo, we need a healer, not another goddamn fucking sniper. But I digress. For the most part, at these ranks, everyone is playing fairly correctly, Korean and American alike. Most people aren't experts on any given character, but they've got the teamwork and experience to be filling roles competently, communicating with each other, and countering enemy heroes and ultimates. At these ranks, Zenyatta is your man. Well, he's your bot. Your man bot? I mean, who knows what kind of gyroscopic rotors he's got down there. I mean, maybe as part of his religion, they make him unmount his drive shaft, if you will. Anyways, what do you see at these ranks? You see stalemates at the choke points. Well, with Zen, once the enemy shields are gone, the Discord orb drops their tanks faster than yours, giving your team's push a massive advantage. That's the idea, anyway. At these ranks, people generally know how much punishment they can take before they have to play defensively, and the Discord orb just kind of fucks up their system by killing them a little bit faster. At these ranks, you get flankers trying to get all up in your asshole. Well, when people try to kill Zen, he can try to kill them right back, and occasionally succeeds. And finally, at these ranks, you see people coordinating their ultimates. Ana and Genji, Zarya and Pharah, stuff like that. Well, Zen's one ult is all it takes to cock block their combos. You get a lot of value out of that one trick alone. I didn't even start playing Zenyatta until I was Diamond, and I'm sitting on a 62% win ratio with him. He is very good, but the time will come when, even though you can kick a ton of ass with these characters, you can't decide the outcome of a game by playing a tank or support, and that time is Master and above. When that day comes, you will probably want to put some time into Mccree or Genji. It's not that Zenyatta or Zarya are bad here, they're good picks, but they're not game winners. Although Roadhog, I mean, he's definitely a bad pick, except when he breaks the laws of fucking physics. Like, how did he come back from that? I don't even... But I don't want to say you shouldn't be playing him. He's just easily countered, and you should be willing to switch off of him often. At these ranks, everyone is doing everything exceptionally, for the most part. Abusing a lack of teamwork or communication is no longer an option. You need to bring something else to the table. Yes, knowing and abusing the meta will give you one leg up, but the only way to consistently climb the ranks is with good damage dealers. Each team needs tanks and healers, but the DPS are the ones that decide the game. Now, if you've been playing first-person shooters forever and you're handy with a 6-shooter, it may be wise to pick up Mccree. He's probably favored as the #1 DPS class in the game because despite his embarrassingly bad ultimate, which, by the way, fuck that guy, he has a very simple point-and-click interface that carries over well from other games. But if you haven't spent the last 10 years playing shooters for 8 hours a day, investing your precious time in Genji might be a better choice. Most of his strength comes from knowledge of positioning and skills, you know, expertise within Overwatch rather than just aim. Although, again, obviously, good aim is very fucking helpful, I'm not saying it's not. The truth is that there is no trick to climbing at these ranks. You have to be good at the game, and you have to be very good with the DPS class. Unless you're very lucky, the path to Grandmaster is paved with a ton of time on your favorite damage dealer. And then the reason these DPS classes are good is because they're not really specialized in anything and they don't have much of a counter. Finally, as my closing statement, I'd like to remind you that you shouldn't be selecting these characters all the time and refusing to get off of them. Just try to fill these roles as much as possible, but if your team already has them filled, or the enemy is hard countering you, then switch to someone who will actually be useful, even if that means playing support every once in a while, because while these characters are the best way to abuse the weaknesses of each rank, the best way to win overall is to pick the hero that your team needs. Except Mccree. Fuck that guy. Hammer, not a zillion bullets from an army of PTSD-stricken robots, but of all the things in this game that can cancel it, that you wouldn't expect, is Genji's own goddamn sword! Yeah, for some reason, just sheathing the dragon blade cancels your reflect. Like, really, fucking, it can't wait. It can't wait 1 second. Putting your sword away can't wait 1 second. I'm not even asking you to swing the sword. Just don't